preparing for Adho Mukha Svanasana, that is downward dog pose. Before that, I want you to lie on your back. Soles of your feet close to your hips, roughly at a hand distance, this much. Arms at your sides. Slightly raise your hips away from the ground, roughly 5 to 6 centimeters away. Now bring your hands in this position as if you are holding something with your hands, and then hold your hip bones with your hands. Now we are going to do the pelvis adjustment. That means we are going to tilt our pelvis in the front and the rear. So let's do the front tilt and rear tilt. Just pay attention or bring your mind into the lower back when we do this, and observe the changes or the space that you create with the front and rear tilt. So tilt your pelvis in the front. That means move your buttocks towards the head like this. Rear tilt, move your buttocks towards the heels like this. 2 more times. Buttocks towards the head. Change, buttocks towards the heels. Watch the space in your lower back. Last time, front tilt, buttocks towards the head. Rear tilt, buttocks towards the heels. And now I want you to lower down your hips. This just allows us to create more space at the lower back by flattening the curve at our back. Alright, slowly turn to your right, come up and lie on your back. We are going to do the same exercise of pelvis adjustment. Lie on your abdomen, Bring your hands next to your chest. Keep both the legs straight, toes tucked in, feet are hip width apart, knees are touching to the ground. Now slightly raise your hips away from the ground and tilt your pelvis in the front, that is, move your buttocks towards the head. Now rear tilt, move your buttocks towards the heels. One more time, buttocks towards the head. Rear tilt, buttocks towards the heels. And now lower down your hips and place it on the ground. So we just created the space in our lower back by increasing the distance between the vertebrae. Alright, move your arms next to your side ribs. So roughly angle between your forearms and upper arms is 90 degrees. And move your elbows in. Elbows are not dropping out at the sides. Alright, raise your right leg and extend it towards the wall behind and place it on the ground, toes tucked in. Similarly, raise your left leg up, extend it towards the wall behind and place it on the ground, toes tucked in, feet are hip width apart. Now lift your head, lift your chest, look straight. Watch your breath, don't hold your breath. Take 2 breaths here. Now slowly lower down your thighs and knees on the ground. Push back and sit, buttocks to the heels. Inhale and with exhalation come forward, shoulders above the wrist. Just watch your hands, make sure that your fingers are pointing towards the wall in the front and there is equal distance between all the fingers, roughly. Raise your buttocks. In this position, I want you to bend your arms in outwards like this. One more time, bend your arms outwards in the elbows, alright? And remember this position. Some of us can bend their elbows inwards when we go into the downward dog position, that is hyperextension. And I don't want you to hyperextend your elbows when you go in downward dog. So if you see that if you are bending your elbows inwards, I want you to bend slightly outward. Alright. Shoulders above the wrist. Raise your hips up by lifting your knees and straighten your arms. Move your buttocks towards the wall behind you. Press your fingers on the ground. Press all the fingers on the ground mainly your first finger and the thumb. Right, straighten your arms and just have a look at your arms. Make sure you're not hyperextending your elbows. If you are, just bend them slightly outwards. Right. Allow your head to hang and move your shoulder joints away from your ears by extending your trapezius, and move them back towards your hips or towards the back waist. Just watch at your feet. Both the ankles are parallel to each other. Ankles are not chopping out to the sides. And open the back of your knees to make your legs straight and stretched. Strongly lift the skin on your front thighs up towards the hips and push your thighs back towards the wall behind to move your hips back towards the wall behind you, which allows to create more space in the lower back or extension of spine. Imagine as if someone holding your thighs at the top of your thighs and pulling you back. Alright. Slowly bring your knees to the ground and sit buttocks to the heels. Take 2 deep breaths here. Deep inhale and slow exhale. One more time. Deep inhale and slow exhale. Next breath with next exhalation. Slowly come forward. Shoulders above the wrist. One more time. Raise your hips up by lifting your knees and bring the same alignment that we just had. Watch your arms, make them straight, make your legs straight. Distance between the shoulder joints. Now this time, pay more attention to your breath. With each exhalation, try to move your shoulder, open your armpits more towards the legs. Move your armpits more towards your legs. This allows to get the opening in the shoulder. At the same time, with each exhalation, try to move your hips back towards the wall behind by pressing at the top of your thighs. Last breath here. Deep inhale, slow exhale. Slowly bring your knees to the ground. Sit buttocks to the heels. Deep inhale, slow exhale. Slowly come forward. Sit cross leg.